So Ren, this is my tutorial for you to learn how to make the traditional Italian dip named Bagna Cauda that we eat around here in central Illinois that I was telling you about. It's anchovy rich and very garlicky. So all you need is a lot of garlic. You can get cloves of garlic if you really want to do it the traditional way. A tin of anchovies. A pound of butter, and this is debatable. Some people like to use cream because this is in the Midwest, and so we've made it our own by adding cream. I'm sure butter and cream necessarily weren't in the Italian recipe, but we use it here. A substitute for the cream that some people like to use is olive oil instead of cream. They mix it with the butter. So I've opened my tin of anchovies, and we're going to use the whole tin. And I've turned my stove on to medium low. And we're just gonna oil, oops. The lid fell in. You're gonna put all the oil the anchovies were in and the whole big stack of anchovies in that bad boy. Get all that out of there. I'll do that in a second. And you're just gonna like break down the anchovy fillets because people like this dip, but nobody really likes to get a half an anchovy fillet. I do, but not everybody does because they're very salty and they're very distinctive flavor, and you got to be a hardcore anchovy fan. So you want to kind of make them so they're smushed down into a paste while they fry, and that's what this step is for. So that's frying a little too hot, so I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. So maybe medium low is what you want. Now we're going to add our garlic, which is the main thing most people like. And it's going to seem like a crazy shitload of garlic, but that's kind of the deal. It's sort of something that sticks with you for days after you eat it. And you don't want to fry the garlic because garlic gets bitter when it fries. You just kind of want to soften it. So make sure you watch the heat. So that's like a big heaping teaspoon. We want to add literally 15 cloves of garlic here. This whole shit time. There's another one. There, that's probably good. Some people would probably add more than that, but that's usually good for me. I like it to be garlicky, but not so garlicky that you're just gonna hate yourself and everybody around you is gonna hate your guts for a week. So you're just gonna cook that on medium low to low heat just to soften the little pieces of garlic so they kind of mush up into the butter later, and it's more like a soft dip and it's not getting chunks of hard garlic in there because that's not tasty at all. Okay, so you've done that for 5 minutes on fairly low heat because you want it to get soft, but you don't want it to brown because garlic burns real easily and then it gets bitter and it tastes bad. So now we're just going to add our butter, and you're going to put a whole pound of butter in this. We're not messing around. This is not about good health. This is not about, healthy living. This is about eating rich foods that are going to eventually clog your arteries and give you a heart attack here in the Illinois Valley at Christmas time. And that's why people only usually make this around the holiday season, because it is very decadent and yeah, but it is a beloved dish in the area. So we're going to let that melt. So butter's melting, and the main idea is just to whisk all this delicious brown stuff up into your butter. And you can stop at this point. We're going to go one extra step on this recipe, but you can stop at this point. And some people go to crazy lengths to try to emulsify them together. And I've just never if there's a way to do this, I've never done it right, because no matter what, they've always separated later when you reheat it. And so they try to make an aioli or a mayonnaise. I've even heard of people putting it in a food processor to whip it up so that everything stays, so that the delicious brown is perfectly incorporated with the butter. But I don't know. I've never made that work, and it's kind of a pain in the ass anyway. I make extra dishes, and this seems to be, people like it this way just as well. And like I said, I think the traditional recipes from Italy, you would add equal parts olive oil with the butter. And I've tried it that way, and I gotta tell you, I'm a Midwestern girl. Not my favorite way. It's just alright. Okay, so we're gonna whip this together until everything's melted. Okay, so you can stop right now and just start eating, honestly. It would, and I usually do it this way, but I do happen to have some heavy whipping cream in my fridge today. So I'm gonna show you the way that us farm-based Midwesterners have to make everything more dairy rich, because that's just how we do, to the chagrin of most traditional Italian cooks. But we add a little bit of whipping cream. Numbers. How could it hurt, right? So, just to make it creamier, it kind of bonds the butter to the fish and the, garlic. I think a little bit might be the idea. To me, actually, I honestly like it the other way better without the whipping cream. So I think the whipping cream kind of coats your tongue and it takes away that awesome garlic flavor. It kind of softens the flavor for some people who might not be so wild about anchovies. And it's kind of like, makes it more party, a crowd pleaser. Everybody likes it a little better, is why they add the cream, I think. A little more mild flavors that way. And that's how you make it. And then you put it in a warmer, like a crock pot that keeps it warm, or a similar device, and dip chunks of crusty Italian bread in it. Or cabbage is another traditional dipping item. You can dip pretty much whatever you want to. You can cook your eggs in it. You can save it in your fridge in a little jar. It is like magic. It's kind of like Midwestern fish sauce a little bit. You can add it to cooking pasta, the leftovers. It is a delicious item that is only around here, that is the only place I've ever encountered it as being very popular. And that's it.